So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to find clients that can pay you high ticket prices. And when I say high ticket prices, I'm talking about the $2,000 to $5,000 per month monthly retainer range. A lot of people struggle with identifying those people who can even afford these type of services, and they can only get those who are willing to pay a few $100s per month. Now, it's not only whether they can afford it or not that goes into whether you're going to be able to sign them. So I just want to clarify the fact that if you're not already great at the service that you are selling, you cannot provide a really high level of whatever type of videos it is that you are making for them, then you will still have a really difficult time signing them, even if they have a budget, right? So if you don't yet have a portfolio of at least a couple of amazing videos that gives them proof of concept that you will be actually able to deliver on your promises, then no matter how good of a prospect you found, it's still going to be really difficult. But if you have that, then it's going to make it a lot easier once you know how to identify those people. Don't get me wrong, you can still sign high level deals even if you're only 3 months or 6 months into editing, but you need to make sure that at the type of videos that you are offering, you are already very competent. So that aside, let's get into how you can actually identify these high level buyers. So the first question I like to ask is, do they have a business, right? In general, mostly you will be only able to sign these high ticket deals if the certain client has a business and is a business owner. Now, of course, there are exceptions if they are in some sort of a really high paid profession, like they are a high level lawyer or a surgeon or a medical doctor or something like that, where they make multiple 6 figures a year, then they could theoretically afford your service and they could sign up. But in general, you know, if somebody's making $5,000 from their job, they are not going to pay you 2.5K a month to manage their YouTube channel and help them grow it. Then the second question is it a profitable business in general, right? So what are their margins like? Because if you are trying to sell a local newspaper stand, even though that is a business and that is a business owner, their margins are not going to be great and they probably aren't generating as much profit per unit of items sold, right? Whereas on the other side, for example, if we have high level agency or we have info products, the margins are a lot higher on that. If you get them a new sale, a lot of that is going to be profit, so you won't need to help them to sell as many more units to make a positive return on their investment into your service. Then the third question I like to ask is, do they sell high ticket products or services? Again, going back to the previous example, a newspaper stand, every sale they make is $5, $10, right? And same goes for a lot of the local businesses. Whereas if you have a high level agency service where they charge $5,000 per month for a client, and one client is worth to them, you know, let's say $50,000 over the lifetime value, then you only need to get them a couple of extra clients every single month for them to make an incredible return on your service. Whereas with the other example, you need to get them literally thousands of sales for them to even break even, right? So that's why it's really important to make sure that they are ideally selling some higher level products or higher price point products. I like to work with people who are selling at least $2,000 plus services. Now, there are exceptions for this, and I have worked with, let's say, fitness clients who sell a $50 monthly subscription or a course, and that can also work great, right? If you can get them a lot of views, a lot of customers, you can also generate them a great return. But in general, for beginners, I think it's a lot easier to work with those clients who have higher price points as well, because you have to realize that closing somebody on your service is only half of the battle, right? Then you have to actually get them results, and if they are not generating at least a 5 to 10x return on your service every single month, it's going to be really difficult to keep them, right? For the clients that have stayed with me the longest, we've got them at 10x monthly return. So if they're paying us 2K, they are bare minimum making 20K extra profit from just their YouTube channel, right? And a lot of times even 20-30 times more than what they are paying us. So that is something really important. If you want to be in this game for the long term, then you have to make sure that your clients are making more money than they are paying you, because otherwise they will leave month 2 or month 3 and you will have to be constantly on a search and on a hunt for new clients every single month. And then the fourth question I like to ask is, are they succeeding already with other forms of advertising? For example, are they currently successful with paid ads for this service, or are they successful with cold outreach? If they are, then that's a really good sign that they will be also able to get results with organic marketing and organic videos, because again, it just shows that their offer is actually validated, there is a market for it, and it's likely to work. Now, there are two main approaches that you can take with your editing business when it comes to choosing the type of clients you're going to work with. One of them is helping an existing business owner who already has a successful business, right? From from other forms of advertising. Like I said, for example, it could be paid ads, affiliates, or even cold outreach or direct outreach. So if they already are running a successful business in those aspects, you could pitch your service from the perspective of, hey, we will help you build out a new acquisition channel with organic marketing here on YouTube or Instagram or whatever it is that you are selling. And it will also help you increase your returns on your ad spend, for example, because people can check out your brand, they can get value from it and build up the trust a lot faster. Or the other approach that you can take is go for those people who are already on YouTube or Instagram or whatever platform you are offering a service for, and who are already getting some results, but whose content could be a lot better and it could be significantly improved. So you can either position your offer as a new opportunity for those who haven't got started with that platform yet, or you can also position it as an improvement offer for those who are already on the platform and maybe they are doing a lot of it themselves, so they could save a lot of time, energy, and get even better results. Both approaches can work, and we have worked with both of those type of clients, and we still continually get clients from both of those different, areas, so to say, or both of those different categories. But the main key is just to avoid hobbyist creators, right? So if somebody is working a job or somebody who runs a business and they want to start a YouTube channel for just the sake of like building a hobby brand, like they want to make videos about their hiking adventures or whatever it is, unless they have a shit ton of money, it's going to be really difficult to pitch them on a high ticket service because they will not be getting revenue from that, right? They will not be making money. So you have to understand that as a video editor or a content agency, you are in the B2B business services space, right? And the reason why businesses pay for B2B services is to make more money. So that's what you need to realize is if you fail to help them actually get, the results that they are after and help them make more money, then they will not continue to pay for your services and it's going to be an uphill battle forever. Now let's talk about 3 different methods that you can use as well to go about finding potential clients. So the first method is going to be Instagram. Within this, there are multiple ways that you can go about finding businesses. So the first one is hashtags. So you can literally search up hashtags that are related to the industry that you are targeting and start going through some of the recent and top posts as well and see who are the creators who have been posting them. And you can go through all the different profiles, see if they seem qualified. You want to be looking for people who don't seem super amateur, right? They should ideally have something already going for them. Or even if they haven't been creating content, they should look more professional, right? Then another method that you can use on Instagram is the search bar. So you can literally start typing in, again, keywords related to the service that you are selling or the niche that you are selling to, and you will have accounts pop up. And then another one, which is a really great method for finding people on Instagram, is finding first one influencer that would be your ideal client, that would be an ideal fit. And then you can go through their following list, and more likely than not, they are going to be following other people in the same space that they are in, who they respect and who they deem as credible. And all of those people could be potentially good fits if you go on their profile and you see that they are in the same industry, they are doing something similar, and potentially if you see a room for improvement, then they could be a good lead as well. Then we have another platform, which is going to be X or Twitter. On here, you can also use hashtags to find creators. You can also use the same following list method. So find people who are a credible influencer in that space and see who they are following. And then once you have found someone that they are following who also seem credible, you can go on their following list as well, right? And you can use this to build out this kind of like tree of leads for you. And then you could also look up search phrases like looking for or need help with editing, for example, and you will be able to find people who are actively looking for someone to help them with a specific task. Then we have YouTube as well as a platform. So on YouTube, you can get people's email addresses relatively easily, or you can also just go find a channel on YouTube and then reach out to them on all the other platforms as well. And this is actually something I would recommend for you to do. If you're doing outreach, make sure to send them your messages on every single platform, so the chances of them actually seeing it will go up significantly. Because if you are reaching out to them on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and email at the same time, the chances of them actually seeing it will be way higher than if you just do one platform. On YouTube, you can actually use the search bar and type in a related keyword to the niche that you are trying to target, and then start scrolling through all the different channels there and find one that is in a space or that is in kind of like a place where you could improve on their content, you could help them make it better. And you can even search up certain keywords, and then you can filter by channels only, and then that way it's going to throw out a bunch of channels for you who are in that certain specific niche. Now, in our Full-Time Editors Academy program, we have over 10 different methods to go about finding leads, but to be honest, just these 3 should be enough to get you your first 5 clients at least. When you feel like you have run out of leads, it's barely ever a real thing. Like, most of the time you might have just got in a creative rut or something. It's very difficult to run out of leads if you are in one of the bigger spaces, and even if in a small space, you can always find, you know, new leads. Like, you can just go to another platform as well. Like, you can even go into Facebook groups, Reddit groups, whatever it is, right? You can always expand the different methods that you are using. But again, even with just these 3 methods, you should not be running into the issue of running out of leads very quickly at all, especially if you're doing it manually yourself. But even if you do feel like you have kind of run out of leads, one thing you can do is you can just slightly branch out a little bit from your niche. In case if you are in a very specific small niche, then, you know, it might be worth adding a couple other subcategories kind of on top of that, or kind of industry that are very related to it, that you can do videos for in pretty much the same kind of style and way. Then, you know, you will just broaden up your list of potential clients quite a lot. So to give you an example for this, let's say you are trying to help tennis coaches who are trying to get more clients through Instagram. What you could also do if you have run out of those people, but again, first just realize that most of the time it's not actually real. Like, you most of the time don't actually run out of leads, it's just in your mind. You just got in a creative block or something like that. But what you can also do is then add maybe basketball coaches on Instagram into that category, and then you can add hockey coaches, right, or whatever, just other sports coaches. So the way you deliver the videos for them is going to be still in a very similar style, and it's going to be still the same process. So it's not going to screw up the entire machine that you are running, but you will broaden up your list of potential prospects immediately a ton. So I hope you found this valuable. If you want more help with not only finding clients, but also how to close them, the entire sales process, how to set more appointments, how to build out systems, and so on, then we do have coaching program for people who are looking to go from freelancer to full-time creative agency owners and scale that to multiple 6 figures a year. And we have a bunch of success stories. So if you are interested in that, you can check out the first link in the description below to schedule a call. And recently we also created a program more so for beginners who are just trying to get their first few high ticket clients as editors and go full time with it. So I will leave that as well in the description below. So hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys in the next video.